never know who you're gonna meet.
That is a bit of a kick. There's some chili in there for sure. Okay, so this is the finished pie. You just got to get involved. Wow. Going into the curry taste. Oh yeah. Hello everybody, how are we all? I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel and to another video which is going to contain a lot of delicious food, which is one of my favourite videos to film. I'm going to do another midweek meals Aldi grocery haul. Sorry the lighting's really bad. Yeah, the last time I did this video it went down really well, and I think it's just nice to show some different recipes of what we are eating on the daily. Last time I did it, it was January. When I'm filming this, it's February 2nd, and I am continuing with vegetarianism. I know a lot of people have been asking, and yes, I am. I am doing it with Zara. I've just got back from the gym, hence the gym kit. We're making a smoothie. Zara's going to be doing vegetarian for 6 days a week. For whatever reason, Zara did fancy like a meat option, which she said she might do, she might not. That's what she's going to be doing, but she's going to be doing it along with me, and I'm going to be fully vegetarian here on in. I'm just really enjoying it, and I think it's nice just to experiment with different things and different dishes. So yeah, I'm going to show you what we've just done. We went to Aldi, and we spent the most money we've ever spent in Aldi ever. I think it was £48 in total, which is quite a lot, I know, for 2 people, but we've got breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and Zara's just said as well, thank you very much. Yeah. Got a little smoothie, this is delicious. We've also got some like multivitamins, some soap, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to run through all of our meals that we're going to be having this week, and then I'll catch you guys this evening when we're having chili. Yes, we're having chili. I'm going to do my slow cooker chili, which you saw last time. It's absolutely delicious, so I won't be showing too much of that, but then the other recipes I will. So recipes. This is everything we've got. I'm going to do a quick little pan. I basically categorized it into every section, and then over here we've got another whole realm of food. Quite a lot going on. For one dinner, we're going to be doing a puff pastry pizza. So we got some puff pastry from Aldi. This is so good, it's ready to bake. We're going to do some courgette, some tomatoes, let's top it with some light mozzarella, and then a bistro salad on the side with some new potatoes. And I'm going to do the Hasselback potatoes with these, where you like slice and roast them. This is a recipe from Jamie Oliver's veg cookbook, and it's supposed to be very nice. So yeah, it's more like a tart, I guess, as you could say, than a pizza, but this is meal number 1. And then obviously whatever we don't eat we can take for lunch the next day. Meal number 2, I'm going to be doing a cauliflower curry. So we've got some roasted cauliflower, some basmati rice, again so cheap, 2 packs of mushrooms, and I am cheating slightly. I got the tikka masala jar paste. You can make your own curry paste, of course. Yeah, you've got the seasonings on top, and this is supposed to be really nice. So yeah, I got that, and then also just got some fresh ginger to go along inside as well. I got a second cauliflower just because I feel like the cauliflowers in Aldi are never that big. Some poppadoms and some fresh coriander. And then for snacks, we are absolutely loving these original rye crisp breads. They're absolutely delicious. They're kind of like rye Vitas, which is so nice. I've been having them with some chopped cucumber, some soft cheese, but I actually got some new soft cheese this week. It's reduced fat, garlic and herb. Some avocados, we love those with eggs on the morning. And some hummus, we got the red pepper hummus from Aldi, and then the classic hummus from Aldi as well. So that's like snacks that we're gonna have, and we absolutely love these, really nice. And then for breakfasts, what we're gonna be doing is kind of like a mix, really. We've really been enjoying smoothies. Pasta's kind of just a random one, I thought I'd just put that there. Basically, Aldi pasta is so good, and it's so cheap. So we've got some fusilli pasta and some penne pasta. I think they're like 50p a bag or something. So yeah, breakfasts, we do love eggs. So we got some classic eggs, and we smash these most on a weekend. We do like poached eggs on toast, but to change it up this week, we thought we'd get some bagels. These are just classic low-fat bagels, so you go for vegetarians and vegans. We've got some blueberries. These are really nice to have with porridge. Some seedless grapes. Again, these are good in smoothies. Some fresh lime, apple juice instead of orange juice. We got a new freezer bag full of goodies. So we've got some whole strawberries here to pop in smoothies, and 8 bananas, because these are really nice to have in smoothies, but also with like some nut butter. So yeah, a massive bunch of bananas. So that's kind of dinner 1, dinner 2, and then some breakfast and snacks. And then dinner 3, this is what we're doing this evening. So this is the classic chili I showed you guys last time. Like I said, I'm not going to be showing you too much. I'll show you like the end result, but if you want to do like the full follow along recipe, I'll link that video down below. We've just got some lightly salted tortilla chips, because these are so good. The Chilli Con Carne mix, again, I said this last time, so good, like 29p. Some sour cream to go on top of the nachos. The chili, Then we got some corn mince. We weren't sure whether to put this in the chili or actually pop this in some tacos we were going to do for one dinner. So we'll think about that for sure. But yeah, I think we're really fancying tacos. And then I just got some red kidney beans and then some chopped tomatoes and a can of the mixed beans because we've got a second can in the cupboard. And I also got some chili powder just to give it a bit of an extra kick. And yeah, like I said, some light mozzarella to go on top. And then peppers, because obviously we love peppers. We've just got a pack of 3 peppers. Sorry, the shadows are a bit weird. Butter's actually for cookies, which we're going to be making later on as well. And the garlic baguette doesn't really go with any of the things we're having this week, but we absolutely love it. We'll probably have that this evening, to be fair. And then dish number 5, we're going to be doing a shepherd's pie. I haven't had shepherd's pie in forever, and there's a recipe in Jamie Oliver's cookbook that is meant to be delicious. So we've got a shepherd's pie mix. Again, this is suitable for vegetarians. We're going to pop some leeks in there. Got some onion gravy granules, potatoes to go on top. Stud it with some fresh rosemary, which is there. Obviously, we've got the corn mince, and then we had some leftover carrots and onions from last week. So that's what's going to go in. And then we're going to do like a nice cheddar mash on top. So we've got some more cheddar. And these are kind of like miscellaneous items that didn't really fit in. My almond milk is what I usually have for breakfast. We absolutely love this juice. So we've got some fresh fruit and barley juice. Can of baked beans, because I said, Zara, can we have beans? Because I love beans. And like I said, the milk chocolate and the butter is for the cookies. And these crisps are like our treat because they're really nice. And they're like McCoy's crisps, but we just had some in the car and they're delicious. And they're vegetarian, yeah, Zara did say bacon, flame grilled steak and chicken, they're all veggie. So yeah, this is a full week's worth of lunch and dinners. So we're gonna pop all this away now. And I will catch you guys this evening when we're having our 3-bean chili nachos. So excited for that. Right, let's pop all the food away. Okay, so we're gonna get cracking with dinner number 1. As I said earlier, I had made this 3-bean chili before and it is absolutely delicious. So like I said, if you wanna check out that recipe, I will link it down below. However, this is gonna be, instead of doing a chili con carne with rice, we are gonna do nachos, which is one of our favorite things. Today's a Sunday, so we thought, why don't we do something a little bit of a treat? So I'm gonna make the chili. I'm not actually gonna do it in a slow cooker this time. I'm gonna do it in a pan. And then leave it for like overnight, and then we're gonna have chili tomorrow evening. But this evening we're gonna make nachos. So, okay, so I'm obviously doing this as a vegetarian dish, but you can do ground mince if you do prefer. But obviously, as I said, we're doing vegetarian, so we're gonna need 1 jar of kidney beans, and I'm just gonna rinse these, and then 2 jars of mixed beans. These have just got a whole host of beans in them. Some chili powder, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 white onion, and then we're gonna cheat a little bit and use this medium chili because it is so tasty and I absolutely love it. And then for the topping, oh, also we're gonna use this chili con carne mix, which again has just got all of the spices in. For the topping, we're gonna put some sour cream on, some mozzarella, or the dark chocolate goes in too, and some tortilla chips. And that is everything, and some fresh coriander as well. So this is gonna be super, super easy. So I'm not gonna talk you through all of this. I'm just gonna do a little nice time lapse and then you guys can see it at the end.
Okay, so first things first, I just grabbed a brown onion and I'm gonna peel and finely slice this. I sliced it really thinly just because I feel like it cooks a lot better in the pan. Then into a high-sided pan, I just add some olive oil and then I add the onion in there and I sweat this for around, I'd say about 5 minutes, nothing too major. You don't want it to like burn or anything like that, but I always start the onions off and I season with a bit of salt. And then I add some crushed garlic in there as well. And then I'm just opening 2 cans of mixed beans and then I just drain them and pop them into the pan. And then I started to chop some chestnut mushrooms up fairly finely. And then they go in too. Then I just grab the lightly salted tortilla chips and pop them in an oven-proof dish and then just like flatten them out to make sure they're nice and even. And then I added the jar of the chili mix, this is just from Aldi. Then I added the chili con carne powder into the jar and just some recently boiled water. Close the lid, give it a bit of a shake and then pop that in. And then I grabbed the classic dark chocolate. You guys know I love a bit of dark chocolate in my chili. It's really, really good. So I just grated that in and gave it a stir. I let that blip away for around 20 minutes and then it was good to go.
Right, let's give it a try. That is good. Got a bit of a that is a bit of a kick. There's some chili in there for sure. That's good. It gets hotter the day after as well, I feel.
Then all I did was just top the tortilla chips with the chili. I just made sure there was like an even coating all over the top, making sure to reserve some for our dinner midweek. And then I just asked Zara to grate some cheddar cheese on top. Of course, you could use vegan cheese if you wanted to. And then I used some light mozzarella and topped that as well. We're going for like a lot of cheese on these nachos, guys. And then I popped them in the oven for around 15 minutes just so the cheese melted and went nice and oozy. Oh, these are so good. Look how good they look. And then all we did to finish them off is just pop some sour cream on top. Again, you could use maybe like some natural yogurt or vegan yogurt, and then some fresh coriander leaves. And that's literally it. So easy, so quick, and darn tasty.
So it's day 2 of our midweek meals, and this evening we're going to be making a shepherd's pie / cottage pie. Never really understood the difference. I think shepherd's traditionally made with lamb, and cottage, I'm not actually sure. Maybe cottage is beef. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. We aren't using either of those, obviously, because I'm vegetarian, so I'm going to be using corn mince, and I'm going to bulk it out with loads of other veggies. It's slightly inspired by this from Jamie Oliver, which is the Jamie Oliver Veg Cookbook, and it's the Allotment Cottage Pie. So we're going to go for something like this evening, but it's kind of a variant on the recipe because there's a lot of things here that we don't have, and there's a lot of things here that isn't in here. So we are going to be using corn mince because traditionally it would have some form of mince meat in there, whether it would be lamb or beef. Potatoes, we're going to be using some classic potatoes that we're going to peel and mash. And we're going to use 1 white onion, a handful of chestnut mushrooms, about 100 grams. We're going to add a leek, 4 carrots, just like these are tiny carrots, so that's why I'm using 4, but I'd say good 2, like good substantial carrots. A handful of frozen garden peas, some stock cubes, these are vegetable stock cubes, some rosemary because I like the idea of studding the mash with rosemary. I just thought that would be really nice. A little bit of tomato puree. I've got the shepherd's pie mix that I got from Aldi. I've got some Worcestershire sauce, and then for the mashed potato I'm just going to add a little bit of butter and some milk, and that's it. So super easy. I definitely see you could do this well ahead of time, but yeah, I'm starting this around 6 o'clock in the evening, so I'm going to close this, but I just thought I'd show you that for reference. Really good book this, I'm really enjoying it.
So I started off by chopping a brown onion and just finely sliced this again, and then added that into a pan with a bit of olive oil, and then I just sweated that down for around 5 minutes. Then I grabbed a leek, I halved it, rinsed it under the tap, and then finely sliced that too. Then I grabbed my carrots and just topped and tailed them, and then peeled the skins off and just give them a bit of a wash, and then I finely sliced them. Then I added the corn mince into the pan with the leeks and onions and stirred all that together and just cooked it, and then I added the finely chopped carrots into the pan and just stirred all that and made sure it was all nice and coated. Then I grabbed the shepherd's pie mix, popped that into a measuring jug, added a good glug of red wine, I'd say about 50 ml, into a pan, cooked off the alcohol, and then I added the stock cube into the shepherd's pie mix, added the finely chopped mushroom into the mix, and then I poured in the gravy / stock, I guess you could call it, and a cupful of frozen peas. Then I also added a dash of Worcester sauce just for extra flavouring, gave it a bit of a taste and see if it needed anything. Then I just popped it into an oven-proof dish, and guys, this made a lot.
Okay, so I've just boiled some spuds on the hob, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Do you want to lift the lid? So I was going to do the mashing. So I'm going to pop a bit of butter in, and then let that melt just for a second with the steam. Pop a splash of milk in, and then we're going to finish it with some cheddar cheese and some sprigs of rosemary. And oh, look at this. So this is actually made, I'd say you could easily serve 4.
6.
Yeah, 6 from that. An extra. So this is made so much. So this is like definitely going to be a lunch. We're going to have so much cottage pie left over. It's good stuff. Okay, so this is the cottage pie. I just say run out of mash for the corners, but it's going to be fine. I might have overfilled it slightly as well, but I popped it on a roasting tin just in case it does get any leakage. It needs to bake for around, I'd say maybe 20-25 minutes. We grated a bit of cheese on top and stuffed it with some rosemary juices. It's going to be absolutely delicious. I can't wait. Okay, so this is the finished pie. I'm really glad I put a tray underneath because it's just leaked ever so slightly. Oh, right, do you want to do the honours? Oh, guys, this looks good. Oh, yes. There we go, my love. Is that alright for you?
Thank you so much, that's perfect.
Dude, it smells quite like meaty.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Wow, that's my first vegetarian cottage pie, and I would honestly say delightful. Nothing that's not nice in that.
You can't not enjoy it.
Oh, so good. Hello everybody, so today is Tuesday and I am having the leftover chili that we made on Sunday. Myself and Dara are having chili with rice and sour cream. It's the great thing about doing batch cooking dishes is that you can just pop them away in the fridge and then for a midweek meal, you can just get them back out and you're good to go. So obviously on Sunday, we had nachos with like some nice sour cream and that kind of thing. So this evening we're just gonna do it with some rice and have it with some sour cream and some fresh coriander. So it's gonna be absolutely delicious. I'm so excited, literally, oh, so good. It's not really gonna be the most interesting in terms of meals, but obviously it just shows the versatility of having chili. So I've got some white basmati rice here. I was gonna do long grain rice, but I couldn't find any in the store. So yeah, we've got basmati rice. I'm just gonna give this a quick rinse. I've done 2 cups, so I'm gonna do 2 cups of rice to 2 cups of water. And in this pan, I've just got for the chili. I've just had this out of the fridge. Obviously with it not containing any meat, it's good to be heated straight away. So yeah, this is gonna go straight into the pan and get this heating on the stove. Okay, so in a recently boiled kettle, I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to the chili just to loosen it up ever so slightly. And then with the rice, I work on a ratio of 1 cup to 1 cup. So I do 1 cup of rice to 1 cup of water. So there's 2 cups in here. So I'm gonna do 2 cups plus a little bit extra water. So we're just gonna go 1. Basmati rice is renowned for being a little bit difficult because it's hard to get fluffy. So I'm gonna do 1 cup and then we're gonna do a 2nd cup, as it can just go really like cloggy. Is that a word? I've just created a word. So I'm gonna do 2 cups. And then whenever I'm cooking rice, I always season it. I feel like it's really important to season rice and pastas and things like that. It is gonna go on. And then we're gonna turn both of these on. This cannot be any more of an easy tea, guys. Literally so good and ready in like no time. And this is dinner. Super speedy, super delicious. I just honestly love having a batch cooked meal sometimes because it just saves you so much time. I think this is the quickest we've ever eaten midweek. So yeah, gonna dig into this. It's so good. I will link the recipe for the actual full recipe if you wanna check it out. It's from a couple of weeks back. Let's dig in. Okay guys, so this is the 4th installation of our 5 midweek meals, and this evening we're going to be making a puff pastry pizza. So this is a recipe from Jamie Oliver's Veg. You will have already seen the video I did where I cooked completely from this cookbook and I absolutely love it. This is what we're making this evening. It's super easy, super tasty. When I'm saying that, we haven't made it yet. We've just been at the gym, hence why I'm looking a little bit disheveled and sweaty. You need a handful of ingredients, so let's go. So for this tart, this is what we're going for. The only thing we actually haven't got is fresh basil, but that's okay. You're gonna need 1 puff pastry sheet, some light mozzarella, 1 yellow bell pepper, 2 red onions, 1 courgette, a good chunk of tomatoes. I think, how many does he say we need? 250 grams of cherry tomatoes. We're gonna be doing ours with some new potatoes and a little bit of butter and herbs and some side salad. And that's literally it. It takes 2 seconds.
And do you want to know a good fact?
What's that?
On Sunday,
yeah,
it's World Pizza Day.
Ooh! Yeah, Mr. Oliver's calling this a pizza. I wouldn't really say it's a pizza, I'd say more it's like a tray bake, but
this is a pizza.
We'll let him go with it. So yeah, let's get cracking.
Okay, so I first started off by peeling and chopping 2 red onions in half and then in half again, and then I kind of made little petals out of them. You don't want to chop these, you just want to make the petals. I popped them in a roasting tin with a yellow bell pepper and then some thinly sliced courgette and then some cherry tomatoes all in a tin with some moulded sea salt flakes and ground black pepper. And then I just drizzled some extra virgin olive oil over that, stirred it all together with a bit of dried oregano and popped that in the oven for around 40 minutes at 180. Then I grabbed some potatoes and just sliced them in half and then popped them in a pan with some boiling water to parboil.
Okay, so veg is in the oven roasting away. I've just parboiled some potatoes here. I was gonna roast, I was just gonna boil them as normal, but we do actually have the time because the tart takes 50 minutes and then an extra 20 minutes. So we're gonna do roast potatoes as well, which is just nice. It just gives it a little bit of extra texture. So I've just parboiled these potatoes, like I say. I'm gonna drain them, pop them in a little bit of olive oil, garlic, salt and pepper and roast them as well, and then dinner's nearly done.
So then in the roasting tin they had about 40 minutes and then I made a little well around the outside of the tin. And this is just so the pastry can sit right on top, which is what I'm doing now. And you kind of want to tuck the veggies in using the pastry, so just use your hand, being careful with the tin obviously if it is hot, and just tuck it in around the outside and pop that straight into your oven again for around 20 minutes until it's puffed up and it's golden brown. Then I grabbed a wooden chopping board and placed it on top of the tin and then flipped it over really quickly and then lifted up the tin. It might take a minute or so just for it to release, but then it is perfect because you lift the tin up and you've got one amazing delicious looking pizza tart. You can of course leave it there, guys, but I just topped it with some light mozzarella, and then I'm going to drizzle it with balsamic vinegar. And guys, honestly, this is the tastiest tart ever. It is so good. And then these are the roast potatoes. I'm so glad we did these in the end because I absolutely love them. So I'm just going to grab a portion of these and pop them on the side. Guys, this looks absolutely amazing. I'm literally just going to drizzle it with a little bit of balsamic vinegar just to finish it off. And we're going to eat it in the living room. Oh, so good. Hello everybody, so it is Thursday and this evening's dinner we are going to be making a roasted cauliflower curry. I am so excited for this. As you know, I do enjoy myself a curry, and we have a friend coming around. It's Zara's old university friend, and she's called Emma. She's actually vegan, so this dish I'm making this evening has to be vegan appropriate. So it is actually again from Jamie Oliver's Veg. However, this one uses paneer, which is a cheese, so obviously vegans can't have that. So I'm just going to do a whole roasted batch of cauliflower, and I think it's going to be delicious. I'm really excited. So I'm going to get all the ingredients out and show you what you need. Okay, so this is everything you're going to need. As I said, I'm going to bulk it out with cauliflower, so we're doing 2 cauliflower florets. You're going to need some onions. I'm using red onions because it's all we have left. I don't know where the white onions have gone, but ideally 1 large white onion or a collection of red onions. A thumb piece of ginger. Now, I bought this and it's the tikka masala paste. However, as I've said, Emma is vegan and this actually has yogurt and milk in it, so she can't have that. However, the spices on top she can, so I'm just going to steal those, and myself and Zara will use this for another time. So I nipped out and got some coconut milk, which is actually vegan, so obviously you can use that. I'm going to add a bit of chili powder. I'm also going to bulk it out with some tomatoes as well, make like a nice sauce. Going to do a bit of lemon in there too, 3 cloves of garlic, and then finish it off with some peanuts and some fresh coriander. So hopefully it'll look like this. Okay, so for the cauliflower, I just chopped the ends off and peeled away all of the green leaves. I used 2 cauliflowers and I just thinly sliced it up into like florets, and then popped it into a roasting tin with some chili powder, garam masala, and then the curry mix paste that you saw earlier. Drizzled it with some olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper, and popped it into an oven for around half an hour to roast. Then I thinly sliced about 3 red onions in total and added those to a high side pan and just sweated them down in a little bit of olive oil. Then I thinly sliced some garlic and just popped that into the pan, making sure it's nice and coated. And then I grated in some fresh ginger. Fresh ginger in curries is one of my favourite things, guys. It's so good. It adds such a depth of flavour. Then I added a can of chopped tomatoes and just gave all that a stir. And then 1 can of light coconut milk. Then with the stick blender, I just blended this until it made a nice smooth sauce. Then I returned it back to the heat and added some chickpeas, stirred all that together, and then I stirred in the roasted cauliflower. It had about half an hour in total, and it just like starts to char at the edges. It's so tasty, and I just stirred all of that together. And that's it, guys. It's such an easy curry. I literally just spooned the curry mix on top of the rice, finished it with some salted peanuts, a little bit of fresh coriander, and a slice of lemon. And that is literally it. It is so good. Right, we're going into the curry taste. Let's give it a try. How is it? Have you tried it? Is it nice? Yeah. Oh my god, okay, that's good.
Delicious, Luke.
Today is Saturday and it's the last meal of our midweek meals. I completely spaced actually. We were just about to actually start on dinner and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to completely vlog this. So we're making tacos this evening. Zara's request, I absolutely love them. We're using the old El Paso taco shells that we travelled around half of South London to try and find. We got some eventually. Actually so simple, like a handful of ingredients. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows how to make tacos, but I thought I'd show you anyway. As we are obviously continuing with our vegetarianism, we're using corn mince. So we're gonna add a whole pack of corn mince in with 1 diced red bell pepper. I've halved a brown onion and Zara is currently just sauteing this in a frying pan like this. We've just put a bit of salt in as well. And then seasoning wise, we're using chili powder and Cajun seasoning. And we might also add a bit of paprika, but I can't seem to find it in the cupboard, and a bit of salt and pepper obviously. And then we're just going to stuff them into the taco shells with obviously the mince
And then we're gonna do some lettuce, some cheese, and I think that's it actually. Maybe some sour cream. Okay, so classically we're starting with sauteing a white onion that I just finely sliced into a frying pan. To that I added a whole bag of corn mince, which is really, really tasty. It takes seconds to cook. You've just gotta heat it through and make sure it's nice and warm. Very nice stir in there, Zara. I added an extra little drizzle of vegetable oil just because it was getting a little bit dry in the pan. And then I added 1 finely sliced red bell pepper. I also add 2 cloves of garlic that I've just like crushed in. And then I just seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Then I added 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of Cajun spice mix, and then 1 teaspoon of easy chili that just comes in a jar. And then I just stirred all that together to make sure it's nicely combined. Then Zara suggested that we put some passata in, not a lot, I'd say maybe like 20 grams. It just made it go really nice, rich and silky, and it was really tasty. Now I was grabbing the old El Paso taco shells. I just rested those out onto a roasting tray and popped them into an oven around 180 for around 4 minutes just to get them nice and warm. And now I'm just grating some cheddar cheese to go inside the tacos. And that is literally it. I preheated this glass dish just so we could pop it on the table and keep them nice and warm. So this is the vegetarian chili mince that we've just fried up with some like nice seasonings and pepper and garlic and that kind of thing, onion. Zara shredded some iceberg lettuce, and we've got some cheddar cheese here with some garlic bread, the taco shells, and a little bit of coleslaw that we picked up today as well.
I think you're gonna have to adjust.
Yeah, this is definitely not an authentic taco for sure. Like, I guess we needed tomatoes as well and we haven't got that, but hey ho, I'm sure it'll be delish. I'm probably gonna go in with a bit of lettuce to start off with. Oh, that's hot. You just gotta get involved. They're really good, quite spicy. Okay, so I'm gonna end this weekly food diary midweek meals here. We made some cookies this evening and they're absolutely delicious. They're fresh out the oven. So that's our treat. We've got American Psycho on behind. My voice sounds really weird, doesn't it? But yeah, if you've enjoyed this, as always, do give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments as well which one has been your favorite meal, and if you are going to make any those tacos. Oh my god, I think I had 8. Did I have 8 tacos?
I think it was 9 yeah.
I think I had 9 tacos. That's actually quite bad. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye for now.